Good morning, Mr. Wilkinson. It's good to be here with you again. We ended our video yesterday talking about the bad effects of illegal immigration, if there are any. And I understand you have some opinions, but you wanted to tell me a story that happened to you and your wife.
Oh, yes, I'll be glad to. This is just one illustration of maybe how our immigration system used to work and perhaps how it should work. Some years ago, I was in Costa Rica with my wife. We'd gone there to visit relatives, and she had a green card. She had never made an application for citizenship. She loved her country, and she didn't want to leave it by becoming a U.S. citizen. But anyway, we stayed there about a week, and always 3 or 4 days before departure, we'd go to the airport to make our return reservations. When we got there, they looked at our green card and said, "Hey, this green card has expired. We can't give you a ticket to go home until you get permission, until you get it renewed."
So you were stuck.
So we were stuck. So she and I spent a week going to the different departments of the government of Costa Rica, trying to get her a new green card.
Was that a little scary?
That was very scary, and it was very time consuming and very, was a lot of hardship on us. But after about 5 or 6 different visits in a week's time, we finally got our green card renewed, and we got on a plane and came home. After we got home, we started thinking about the thing, and she says, I love my country, but I'm going to become a U.S. citizen.
Well, you said something earlier to me that they had kept your passport in Costa Rica. And did you have a problem getting back in the United States?
Well, this was another a good illustration of what our immigration system used to look like and should look like today. But I was there on a business trip, and I had several friends from the textile world there with me. And they somehow or other had kept my passport. And when I went into Costa Rica, and when I went to the airport to get my reservation back, I didn't have it. And they said, "Well, you can't go back unless you have your passport."
So you're an American citizen, and you can't get back into the United States.
I'm an American citizen, and I cannot get back into the United States. So they said, "Well, what do you have to do? What do I have to do?" "You have to have your passport." So to get that, I had to either have my birth certificate, or I had to have somebody with me who had known me for at least 20 years in order to vouch for me that I was a citizen.
Wow.
So one of the people with me said, "Hey, I've known you for 20 years. Let's go to the embassy."
So you got it worked out, and you got back into the United States.
We got it worked out. I got it and came back. But the point is that people should not be able to come here from overseas unless they're approved before they get here from the airlines or shipping or whoever it might be.
Right. Wow. Well, that's the story. Well, so what do you think? Maybe we talked briefly about some of the problems you think America has with the illegal immigration. You had mentioned our educational system. You had mentioned our hospitals, our medical area, finances, language, and crime. Why don't we start with the schools? What do you think is the primary negative effect for our educational system?
Well, most of all, the children do not speak English as a whole. So how can we expect a teacher who doesn't speak Spanish to teach a class that's, well, half the class doesn't know the language they're trying to teach. It overcrowds them. That is the biggest problem with the school system and the discipline.
You think the discipline is a problem as well?
Discipline is a problem as well.
Well, how about the hospital, the medical area? What's your thoughts there?
Well, the medical thing is usually a burden because the emergency rooms are overcrowded. The people cannot pay for the charges from those. It ends up as a burden on someone else. It really hurts our whole medical system all the way through.
Well, let me ask you a question. I understand you've been in Miami and have been to certain places in Miami that don't even speak English. Do you feel like that there should be a standard language in the United States?
I believe that anybody who comes here should really should learn to speak it before they come, but certainly they should learn to speak English after they come here. Uh, my wife, after so long time, she decided to become a citizen, and she had to go through all the problems of becoming a citizen. But she learned the language and she knew it well.
She was required, wasn't she?
She was required to know the language in order to get her citizenship.
Wow, wow. Well, Mr. Wilkinson, I've enjoyed so much interviewing you. I always do, and thank you so much for, from a 90-year-old man, the perspective of immigration here in the United States. I look forward to talking to you again. You have a good day.
Thank you.